I feel like I'm the best dancer here, and I think it's time everyone else here realizes it.
JoJo Siwa is a renowned child star who once set joyful trends among kids. However, this seemingly innocent little girl had a taxing and inappropriate lifestyle that posed serious dangers to her.
You know, your hair is getting really dark. We're gonna need to lighten this up.
I have been dyeing my hair since I was like 2, maybe 1.5.
She deserves nothing.
JoJo was severely harassed by adults, and in an attempt to rebel, she ended up becoming an online laughingstock.
I said I wanted to start a new genre of music, and they said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Well, it's called gay pop."
What happened in the young girl's life? Why, despite her tough childhood, is she a laughingstock today? This is the story behind JoJo Siwa's character, early fame and downfall. Joelle Joannie Siwa was born on May 19, 2003 in Nebraska, United States. She is the daughter of Tom Siwa, a chiropractor, and Jessalyn Siwa, a professional dance instructor. JoJo started performing in dancing gigs at a very young age and auditioning for theater productions. At the age of 9, she appeared on her first show, Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. This job earned her a role in seasons 5 and 6 of Dance Moms in 2015 and 2016. This reality show followed a group of young dancers and their moms, while the girls received dance training classes taught by Abby Lee Miller, the teacher who would later become a nightmare in the girls' lives. JoJo frequently appeared alongside her mother Jessalyn, and she immediately stood out on the show for her outgoing personality, unique style, and talent for dancing. She adopted a dressing style characterized by the use of bright colors and large accessories like her classic bow in her hair. Her characteristic personality quickly made her one of the favorites. All of this became her personal trademark and turned her into a great child icon.
I'm fabulous at improv, and I'll kill it.
The show focused on the girls' dance performances and the tense relationship between the mothers and the demanding instructor. Abby had quite harsh and questionable teaching methods. She encouraged competition among the girls in a very negative way, to the point of creating a toxic environment.
This is my chance to show Abby that I can beat Mackenzie. And that's why Abby brought me here, because she knows I'm a Hollywood star.
The instructor was extremely aggressive and harsh on the young girls. In fact, in front of all the moms, she nonchalantly yelled at them and humiliated them.
Gia, do you know the order of the solos?
JoJo! Have you learned nothing? Do not address her until she learns to say, "Excuse me," when two adults are speaking.
Her mother Jessalyn also had a significant presence on the show, where she showed constant support to JoJo and tried to defend her at times.
You should have watched the movie. When you're given an assignment, you do it.
When I'm in a hotel room in a scary movie, just...
No, we're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna have her be scared for the next 6 months because she watched the movie you wanted her to watch.
Well, if you're so good, you don't really need to be a part of the Abby the Dance Company. She deserves nothing.
However, the mother was also the main cause of JoJo's traumas. More on that later. In 2020, several contestants finally spoke out about Abby's mistreatment. After the instructor posted an image on Instagram supporting the Black Lives Matter movement in favor of African American people, a mother of a former Dance Moms contestant, Adriana Smith, revealed that she and her daughter had been victims of discriminatory comments and that she once even told her, "I knew you grew up in the hood with only a box of 8 crayons, but I grew up in the country club with a box of 64. Don't be stupid." Days later, another mom, Camille Bridges, stated that Abby discriminated against her daughter Carmen for the same reasons, creating an even more hostile environment to the point of causing trauma. In 2022, JoJo shared her own experience and revealed on social media the physical effects those years had cost her due to constant stress.
When I was little, I had a really bad stress rash right here on Dance Moms, and I would pick at it all day long, and I damaged every single hair follicle that has ever been right there.
However, all of this would just be the beginning of terrible scandals that would revolve around JoJo's life, regarding a bizarre transformation, delusions of grandeur, and revelations from a mother who put her in the worst kind of danger. JoJo's mother has dedicated her entire life, even before her daughter was born, to dancing and being a dance instructor. In fact, for a while she even had her own studio in her hometown. But all this has only given people more reasons to think and deduce that JoJo has been famous from a very young age only because Jessalyn wants her daughter to be what she never was. She always imposed her ideals on her, and in fact, JoJo has revealed that as a child, she considered quitting dance to focus on sports.
Definitely in her blood. Like, I knew the moment I was having a girl, she was going to be a dancer, and she was going to wear bows and tutus, and she was going to like it.
During the reality show Dance Moms, we can see how JoJo began to have an increasingly evident personality change, which led her to become a total diva. Her mother allowed her everything and encouraged competition, so she had quite an arrogant behavior for her age, something that bothered the moms and contestants of the show.
Honestly, I feel like I'm the best dancer here, and I think it's time everyone else here realizes it.
However, one of the most shocking things is the fact that from childhood, Jessalyn has changed her physical appearance without her consent.
You know, your hair is getting really dark. We're gonna need to lighten this up.
I have been dyeing my hair since I was like 2, maybe 1.5. I'm not a natural blonde, I'm actually a natural brown. I get brown roots, so I have to dye it so it looks like I'm a natural blonde.
Her mother created this stereotypical character of a cute, innocent, and independent girl, which got her involved in terrible situations. When JoJo was only 11 years old, she started getting attention from a 36-year-old man from California named Phoenix Sandown. This exposed her to danger, and he became so obsessed with her that he even tattooed her face on his neck. The man reportedly sent boxes with explicit intimate material to JoJo and 4 other girls from the show. He was so dangerous that he had a past where he had been arrested for assaulting his ex-girlfriend, and police found edited pictures of actress Lindsay Lohan in fake situations. The harassment of JoJo ended up costing him 3 years in prison. Despite everything that happened, JoJo has an amazing relationship with her mother. She has always defended her and clarified that she has always respected and felt protected by her.
Do you guys get along well?
Oh yeah, my mom and I get along super well. I'm terrified of her. In the best way, scared of her. I just always want her
You
to be
respect
proud of
her?
me. Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, both her mother and she would repeat the pattern of humiliation. In 2021, JoJo Siwa and her mother presented the competition Siwa's Dance Pop Revolution to form the band XOMG Pop, intended to be the next big band in children's music. But everything turned out for the worst, and they both were accused by the members of being verbally humiliating and setting exhausting working conditions, saying that they lacked proper compensation. It was said that both JoJo and her mother were cruel to the girls. They shouted at them until they cried, and also made them bear a lot of work that was not compensated. However, all of this was just the beginning of a new version of JoJo that would emerge as a need for liberation, and that would be harshly criticized for being shameful, unoriginal, and forced. Since 2021, JoJo has gradually begun to show that she is no longer the sweet and innocent girl from before, who wears bright colors and bows in her hair. Now 18 years old, her look has gotten slightly more adult. However, this immediately evolved even further after publicly revealing her liking for women and her support for the LGBTQ+ community. In 2024, this started going viral on social media after she posted that there were projects coming that would change her career forever. The news came as polarizing for internet users, just as it happened when former Disney stars rebelled, like Miley Cyrus or Demi Lovato. Her drastic change in image generated a lot of controversy on the internet, as it was called exaggerated and grotesque. Her constant promotion of the release of her new song on her social media had everyone waiting for weeks. But many people began to realize that all of this was quite reminiscent of the time of the album Can't Be Tamed by Miley Cyrus.
My dance is based on Miley Cyrus. I am literally her biggest fan in the whole world. See, I'm wearing Miley Cyrus socks.
Not only because of the outfits, but because of the music style that strangely sounded very much like something from the 2010s. For a while, JoJo gave interviews recounting the process of recording her new single, Karma, and how many times they had to adjust it and change things. But soon, internet users found out that the song was not hers and had originally been written for Miley at that time, but she had rejected it. After this proposal, another singer even recorded the exact same song.
Bad girl, I did some bad things. Bad girl, I did some bad things.
This is how the singer went viral immediately after, but in the worst possible way. She was labeled as one of Hollywood's most disastrous image changes, which made many people cringe over it. Her interviews wouldn't help at all, as she would say things that upset many.
So excited to bring this version of pop music back. I said, I want to start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called gay pop.
She was criticized for being ignorant and arrogant, for not realizing that she wasn't creating any new genre, and that there were hundreds of singers before her who did the same. Mockery and negative comments started flooding TikTok, criticizing her strange, exaggerated dances and forced comments, making many people cringe over it.
Dream guest on my podcast? Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, let's spice things up. One of my exes. Oh?
Lately, she has been accused of having the main character syndrome, which refers to people who need and believe to be the protagonists of everything that happens around them, something that could be a consequence of her time on Dance Moms. Internet users have also become obsessed with proving that she is not talented and that her songs are actually a fraud.
You're still a traitor! Yeah, you're still a traitor.
Inevitably, JoJo became sort of a meme on the internet. Very few people take her seriously. JoJo Siwa was undoubtedly a relevant figure in child music industry. However, her forced change of appearance has left a lot to be desired, and now she will have to stay focused on captivating her fans again and finding a path to authenticity. What do you think of this new JoJo? Did you know these facts about her life? Let us know in the comments.